Hello friends and welcome to my highly anticipated second Super Auto Pets tier list video. I'm so excited, I'm wearing a bucket hat, big things are happening. We're going to spend the next hour together nerding out over Super Auto Pets, and by the end of this video, you will be a Super Auto Pets genius confirmed. I will bring it with no bias, pure analyses. Pure analyses. It's going to be great. I'm going all the way from Ant to Wolverine. I am not doing the novelty pets like bee or deer or anything like that. In total, that's 264 pets. We're going to jump in. We're here on Grounded Sap's website. A beautiful resource link will be in the description. I don't want to talk too much at the start, but we do have to go over one thing before we begin. Okay, on Grounded's website, he keeps a list of many of the tier lists that have been made. And here's me. I'm recording this on the 16th of November, 2023. So if you're watching this in the future, balance updates may have happened. On the 17th of November last year, I uploaded my first one. The video is now privated, but here's what Grounded said about it. It's a mixture of real gameplay factors and comical personal bias. And it's safe to say that I made some questionable decisions. The Alpaca is a super strong unit that I often don't use correctly. And for that reason, it is a B tier unit. All right, Fox. Last time I used a Fox, it ate a pill and killed itself. Am I demonetized now for talking of those themes? Potentially. I think foxes are good, but I think I know my shortcomings and I don't know how to use them. So I will respect them as a C tier pet. Alright, Snail is undoubtedly a good unit even after it's been nerfed. But as Sexy Gravy said to me on our video recently, it's a move freezing him. You're harboring energy. But it does have a great ability, so it finds its way into the E tier. Regardless, today we're getting in. We're going to rank these things fairly. I'm going to put my Rev GT tint on some of these decisions, but I think mostly we're all going to learn, we're going to laugh, we're going to live, we're going to love. I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, enough talking, let's jump in. Ant. You have to be fair here, Ant is S tier. No, I'm joking. Ant was stronger in the past. It's still really strong, and it falls... Honestly, I'm going to say Ant is C tier. I would be tempted to put it B tier, but you'd be surprised how quickly the A and the B tier stack up. So let's be fair. There's nothing wrong with taking an Ant, but there's better tier ones, such as the Beaver. Now, I want to pause right here. I wonder how long before I start upsetting people. Have I already done it? Like, if you disagree with me, like, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but you're just objectively wrong. And you can take that to the bank. Same as you can take a Beetle being D tier to the bank. So out of these options so far, you are seeing a nice balance. Beaver is the best option. It has a great sell ability and it works with buy sell. Ant is solid, helps you to draw or win early games, but falls off very quickly. And Beetle, like, some people might argue that it has more functionality than D tier. But to me, man, like, if I'm being honest with you, there are just better tier 1 options. Such as the Bluebird. Which, fittingly, alliteration plays an important factor into my rankings. Bluebird is a B tier pet. It's the only tier 1 scalar end of turn. Although I guess you could argue the Ferret has changed that. Regardless, I think early attack through your Bluebird can like hold you over until you find the direction in your run. And I think you should take it in most packs. Most of the time. Can you tell, like, people who watch me regularly, can you tell that I'm trying to be diplomatic right now? I guarantee 5 minutes from now the wheels will fall off, but I'm doing my best and let's just keep rolling. Bulldog. When you used to be able to... Where did my Bulldog go? Okay, it's it's there. Whee! Bulldog, when you used to be able to leech Bulldog into Frog Swap, it was like arguably A or S tier. Now, it's really not good, and you shouldn't take it. Other than like very unusual specific packs or potentially golden pack, it's not good, it's E tier. Chinchilla, on the other hand, is a very underrated and valuable pet. And you feel like, here's the thing. Don't be the person who watches this and it's like, oh my god, he put Chinchilla A tier. Dude, like, I'm ranking it relative to its tier. Of course, like, a leopard is significantly better than a chinchilla, but early gold manipulation, buy selling, it's just really good, man. I should actually put it in my custom pack if I'm being honest with you. And this is what I'm saying. We're all here to learn. Even I may learn on my own decisions, which you say doesn't make sense. And I say, you're probably right. Chipmunk. Chipmunk. Oh, I need to stop doing this. Chipmunk. Whee! Chipmunk is going to climb all the way to D tier. And I know that had 3-2 base stats. By the way, I should be clicking on it. How cool is this? I should get in the habit of clicking on it so you can see it as I'm talking about it. Chipmunk has an interesting ability and good starting stats, but there are just better options. There are many 2-3s in this tier that are better, and the actual sell ability, it rarely provides value, except for if you're memeing, like, oh, coconut in shop, you can do it through Chipmunk, but it's just a D tier pet. Cockroach, the fact that it has, they gave it a slight buff on what it originally was. Remember the OG Cockroach? How its attack would just always revert back? At least it has some scalability, but it's still a pet you just shouldn't take. And it's E tier. Cone Snail, I'm looking at a lot of these and I'm thinking F tier, but Cone finds its way... I think it has to be E. Like, you could make a claim that that health can, like, win you early rounds, so it could be D. Again, like, just take other options, man. What is wrong with you? I'm sorry. Cricket. Cricket. I don't want to let... I swear I'll stop doing it. I swear I'll stop doing it. We have 264 pets to get through. I'll figure this out. C tier? Because of the early, I mean, like, a beetle essentially just is a cricket until it's leveled up. So I'm going to go cricket D tier. And that could be harsh. Who cares? Moving on. Duck. Duck is really good. A duck is really good, if I'm being honest. But I'm going to go B tier. I can't quite get it to A. Duckling. If you level up Duckling early, yes, you've thrown the early rounds, but if you can turn that health onto a camel or something else of value, then you feel pretty good. I'll go C. And honestly, considering the buy-sell potential, it probably... I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'd rather have a Duckling than an ant, if I'm being honest with you. But I'd rather have these things than a Duckling. So therefore, Duckling C feels about right. Ferret Tennis Ball is solid. But I personally... Somebody stop me doing this, dude. I'm embarrassed for my own performance. I think Ferret is C tier. Like, the tennis ball / balloon option early is great, and then it instantly falls off, but I would rather have a Ferret than any of these options, and I wouldn't rather have it than any of these options. Therefore, I'm happy. And now we're having like a flawed rating system where I'm judging off my own rankings. But look, like... Just shut up, right? Just shut up. Fish used to be incredible. Now it limits how many friends it scales. And its level 3 ability, even though it says no ability, is actually just its level 2 ability. It's very confusing. I think Fish is really not that good. It's really just not that good. And yet it's in my custom pack, which, like, hey, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. Shout out to all the Swifties. And shout out, you know what? Shout out to Travis Kelce. That's enough. Phil Dragon. Frill Dragon is mega strong, man. As long as you don't become attached, like if you have attachment issues, like you're very clingy, like you struggle to let go of things, don't take Frill Dragon, because what you need to do with Frill Dragon is pump it early, pump it louder. Come on now, pump it louder. Turn up your radio, blast the stereo right. Frog. Frog swap continues to be really good. The pet itself sucks, but the ability, unreal. And that might be an oxymoronic statement, but you're just a moron. So, I gotta stop making those jokes. Gecko is B tier. Gecko is B tier. Obviously, as long as it has a toy pet to play off, really solid. Goose. I'm putting a D tier, man. I'm putting it D tier. But it's better than these. Okay, it's C tier. I lied. I instantly lied. Yeah. It's C tier. Like, very helpful. It fits into this line of at least the ferret and the ant. Very helpful early, but falls off really quick. Therefore, C tier is about right. Groundhog at the back is super annoying to play against. But again, falls off quick. I'm going to put it D. Horse. Now, like, a comp player will tell you horse has value. Like, for example, horse, duck, duck. Goose. It was an attempt at a duck, duck, goose joke. But then I realized I was just stating the names of animals out loud. And no one benefits from that. So, what was I saying? I think horse, it falls into this C tier. Early value, very fast drop off. Now I think we're going to break ground right here. I think we're going to break ground. Why? I hear you ask. Because I'm putting Hummingbird F tier. And then you say, but wait, 2-1 worth of stats early is quite beneficial. Here's why you're wrong. The investment that you took of taking the Hummingbird should have been spent, because obviously if you're going Hummingbird, you're going Kiwi as well. The investment of getting the Hummingbird on your team limited your ability to find level ups for you to put a Strawberry onto a tier 3 pet early, or your ability to find more Kiwis. So yes, you may have been temporarily stronger for a round, but you've won the battle, you've lost the war. And I personally like winning wars. So it's F tier. Iguana. You'll notice I haven't been mentioning specifically like, oh, this pack good, this pack bad, because it would just take too long for 264 pets. Pause for thought, for dramatic effect as well. Also, this is a monster Ultra Rosa. Shout out to Kelby MG. If you know, you know. Oh, it's a good drop. Iguana, I will mention this specifically. If you're in a pack, like let's say a weekly pack where Rooster is running rampant, Iguana goes S tier, man. But in general, I think it's D. I think it's just a D tier pet. Kiwi. Ground shall be broken, my brethren. S tier. Kiwi buy sell is so strong early game. Throwing the first 2 rounds to set up for Kiwi levels and buy sells is like a one-way ticket to the promised land. So strong. So Kiwi's S tier. And like, fight me, man. I've just noticed that if I had gone like this, I'd have perfect symmetry. In fact, that's a lie. 3, 4, just ignore me, like, just, anyway. It doesn't work. You can see a sort of a triangle pattern forming. Sort of an Illuminati, throw up your diamonds type. We're moving on. Ladybug. Friend gains perk, gain to attack. Ladybug is hot ass. E. Magpie, strong in the golden pack on a very certain line. And for everything else, it's basically just a living avocado. And it's not good, man. E. Marmoset is like a personal favorite of mine. And actually, I think you'll find a lot of good players use Marmoset. Not that I'm linking myself in with them. But I can't put it A. To me, it's like I just view it as a duck. It's just like bang on with a duck. Marmoset, duck, looking at each other, maybe kissing, I don't know. Okay, the Rev GT of the 17th of November 2022 would have put Mosquito A tier. Why? Personal bias, I think it's fun. In reality, it's just a C tier pet. And it actually, for as long as Super Auto Pets has existed, the Mosquito value in a run goes like this. Imagine there's a thing. Okay, wait, how can I do this? Okay, just like the black part of the box, ignore the animals. That's like the value throughout the run. The Mosquito starts high value because one extra attack early from its snipe is really good. And then it loses value as the run goes on. And then it spikes up late. The reason it spikes up is because its ability to pop melons late. But it's still C tier because it's useless in the middle of the game. In the mid game. Moth. They nerfed Moth. Moth is still really good. B tier. I think the reason Moth is B tier and not higher is because of what it does to you, the psychological aspect. Because you get attached to it. And like I said with the Frill Dragon, if you've got attachment issues, don't take the Moth because it's hard to pivot off. Mouse is fun. Mouse is if you're throwing early rounds, Mouse can be really helpful. But I'm going to put it, you know what, I'm putting it B. And it's a lot of B tier pets, but it's just how it is. You know what, another B tier pet, Opossum. Opossum's just good, especially if you're looking for like a stalk. Opossum goes crazy hard. I'm trying to pick up the pace because I realize I might have rambled a bit. I do that sometimes. Otter. I'm going to put D. Remember when Otter used to give 1-1? The good old days, hey? Now it's just not that good. It's just not. I love the Pied Tamarin. And actually, it's probably stronger than most people realize, but I'm going to put D tier. God, I want to put Pig S tier. I really want to put Pig S tier. I really want to do it. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Pig is A tier. You see Pig early, you just take it. Selling for extra gold. It's just good, man. It's just really, really good early to mid-game pivots. Pillbug is fun. Pillbug is not that good. It's D tier. Seahorse is so annoying. If you want to annoy people, put the Seahorse in your team. You could make a claim it's A tier, considering how early you get it. And the Seahorse is A tier. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Like, even late game, pulling like sharks, vultures, turkeys to the front just messes everything up, man. Silk Moth, when paired with something, can be kind of good. I think it's just a C tier pet. Nothing wrong with taking Silk Moth, but it's not that great. And now we come to the Sloth. In the first tier list video, I zagged. Other people placed Sloth S tier because it's special. But I said it actually, like, ruins people's achievement hunting. And my feelings haven't changed at all. F tier. Like, Stop being so selfish, Sloth. You truly believe in me? I don't believe in you, my brother. Is this me being angry because I don't have my level 3 Sloth achievement? Maybe. But that's a cross that the Sloth will have to bear. Tier 1 done. How long did that take? We're at 19 minutes! Alright. African Penguini is a good pet. It's not great, but it's good. B tier. I love the Atlantic Puffin. I made a video on it recently. It's like the Forgotten Sniper. But all biases aside, I've had like a bunch of 10 pieces with it, but it's not that good. It's got to be E tier. You know that I'm not being biased because I'd put it up here if I could. You know what? Why don't you just live there for a day, my brother? And now you're back. You got a taste of the high life. You know that like that thing about would you rather be in hell eternally, but you get a spatula, or would you rather be in heaven for 100 million years and then in hell for eternity but no spatula? What's the better option? Think about that, geniuses. Bat is good. God, I feel like weakness pets are just like the forgotten meta. Like this and Toad is so strong. Bat's A tier. It's Bat B. I'll go B tier because the luck aspect of it. Beluga Sturgeon. It's like a must take in the new puppy pack, and also it's kind of a must take in customs. So it's there. The Stilt is fun. The Stilt isn't that good, so let's go D tier. Crab. If you're someone that you think Crab is good because you used to run Dodo Crab 1 year ago, wake up! E. It's not F. You can do some things with it. Doorhead Ant is, like, too strong for its tier, in my opinion. So it's B. Dove? Dove is like, if you're on a strawberry line, Dove is pretty handy. Like, it's pretty solid. So I'm going to put it C tier. We're going to respect it to that level. Dromedary is an undoubtedly good pet. Here's the thing with the Dromedary. If you know where you're going, you should take it. If you don't know where you're going with your run, you should take it. Early, obviously. Flamingo, I feel like has lost value over time. But I C tier. Like, you take it. Put it this way. Flamingo is like pretty solid in Turtle Pack. I haven't seen a single one of them in custom ranked, and I've played hundreds and hundreds of games, so no. Frigate Bird, now that it's changed, basically you keep this, you put a Frigate Bird in your team if you're afraid of the other team having weakness. Because it takes the weakness and it turns it into rice. Very good situationally. And you should have it in your pack, but you shouldn't build anything around it. So therefore, I think that's C. Gazelle. If you're on a money line in Golden Pack, it's great. Considering you get it turn 2. But outside of that, useless. So, like, let's put it in the similar category to Frigate Bird. Why not? Guinea Pig is free level ups. It's free real estate. But you only take it if you're lacking direction, so let's go D. The Hedgehog. I put the Hedgehog S tier the first time round. Why? Because it's fun, because it's chaotic. I want to do it again, man. I've got Grandis Sap on one shoulder being like, be logical. And then I've got me, like a spiritual me being like, hot Hedgehog's S tier, brother. Do it. I think if I'm being, like, reasonable about this, I'd put it B tier. I just would. It's just, like, it is good. Like, because if you're playing a team towards using a Hedgehog, the other team probably isn't. So you get the advantage. Hercules Beetle has great base stats. Its ability is rarely used. but it has great base stats, and it's one of the few tier 2s that works with starfish. So I'm going to put it C tier. The starfish has sort of pegged it up. Jellyfish. It's just nice not to see them as much anymore. I'm making this video at a time where about 2 weeks ago, the jellyfish was changed and is now significantly weaker. And it's E tier, but like, you know what the jellyfish is like? It's like a sports player who was once like the best at what he did or she did. And now they're just trash, but you're still like, I see you, I respect what you've done. Kangaroo. As an Australian, you'd think I want to put this high, but I think the kangaroo is absurdly overrated. But it's hard to say it's a bad pet. Now, funnily enough, we have back-to-back Australian pets. And this is the worst of the bunch. F. F. It's so F. What else do I need to say? Like, there are just a million better alternatives. Simple. Lemur is actually so absurdly good for where you get it. It's A tier. The ability to give garlic on turn 3, and if you've leveled up into camel or something, game over, man. Like you're building up uncatchable momentum. Can I be honest with you right now? Like, can I actually be like completely honest with you right now? The lizard tail is, or the lizard is so cracked. It's so strong. I want you all to try this. Next time you're playing customs, put lizard and flying fish in your pack. And if you level up into flying fish, put 2 lizards out. And thank me for the win. Mandrill, I think is, for tier 2, I think it's slightly better than average, so I'm going to put it B tier, though I don't use it much myself. Panda is fun. Panda is very fun. Panda is E tier. Just go a different direction, dude. Like, you're strong. I feel like Panda is like a mid-game superstar. Similar to the kangaroo, in fact, but the kangaroo is safer, therefore it ends up there. Peacock's a good pet. But this is like another one of the... Peacock is another one of like the frill dragon and the... What was the other one? The moth? Like an attachment issue thing? I don't think you want to get attached to this. Here comes the... Okay, it's going to get interesting now. It's going to get interesting now. Put your damn seatbelts on and get ready. The rat. In terms of pure functionality, the rat isn't good. Oh, I want to put it A tier so bad. Oh, I want to. Grounded's on my shoulder. Grounded is on my shoulder, and even though he's a spirit, he's like trying to hurt me. Yeah. I love the rat too much. It's D tier. I don't care. Rockin' Robin. Tweet, tweet, Rockin' Robin. Tweet. E tier. Salamander recently got nerfed to only working 1 time per turn. It is not worth it. It's an F tier pet now. And don't blame me, blame Super Auto Pets. Blame Team Wood Games. Sea Turtle combined with like flying fish and stuff, actually like kind of functional. But I think you should be looking for other options. D tier. We have so many pets to go, but I think I'm making decent time. The sea urchin. The urchin of the sea. Under the sea, there'll be no accusations. Sea urchin is so annoying to play against. So it's B tier. I think the shrimp is very solid for buy-sell lines, but it's just meh. So C. Snail is really good in Turtle Pack, and the nerf made it completely garbage everywhere else. So I think it falls into D. It's not E. It's not quite C. Like, outside of Turtle Pack, I don't think you should take it. Inside Turtle Pack, this is more of a B tier pet. Spider. Spider's cracked, man. Purely for the spider pill. It's always been strong. It always will be strong. It lands in A tier for me. Take Spider and pill it on turns 3 and 4. If you get a level 2 Spider and pill it, you're off to the races. Squid. I often find myself thinking, are we all sleeping on ink? In a metaphorical sense, are we sleeping on ink? Like, just the ability to guarantee that whatever it is at the back, shark, whatever, is ink the ticket? And then I think about it and I'm like, no, weakness is just better. A flea or a bloody anything will always be significantly better than squid. So it's A tier. Stoat is really good. So Stoat goes S. You know what? You know what I think I can do here? I'm going to edit on the fly. I'm going to zoom out a bit. How unviewable does that make it for you? What if I do one more? Oh, that looks good. All right, we're rolling with this. We're rolling with this. You can still read this ability clearly, right? I'm asking like you can respond to me right now. So sorry for that. Okay. Stalk is as S tier as S tier can be. Ridiculously strong. Again, I'm recording on the 16th of October. This is the prime candidate to get a nerf. If anything needs a nerf in this game, it's the Stalk. So strong. S tier. Swan. I love the Swan, man. I made a video recently for my 1000th win, and it featured a Swan, because I put my top favorite pets. That was the whole concept of the run. And the Swan made it, man. Historically, just a great pet, even though the stats have slowly declined over time. I'm going to put the Swan B tier. I can't quite put it A, because more gold options have entered the game. Tabby Cat is arse. And I'm sorry to put it F tier. There is some functionality, but just look elsewhere. Don't do it. Toucan I have a massive bias for, and it does work well in Puppy Pack. I think the Toucan's better than people think. I'm going to put it D tier. We've now come to the Wombat. You know what? I might do one zoom in. How's that? People will tell you, as they've told me many a time, the Wombat's too reliant on the other team. Oh, the Wombat might not even trigger. Oh, in custom ranked, people can see you've got a comeback, a Wombat, sorry. Wait, acting face again. People will say, people will see that you've got a Wombat and they'll take away their faint pets. And the Wombat's just not that effective. Shut up, man! S-tier Wombat! It's genuinely a good pet. It's just good. And guess what? Oh, you invested in a Wombat early. It's now 25-20 on turn 9, and they don't have any faint pets to copy. You've got a 29 or 25-25. Who cares? And you say, wait, but that's double standards, because you said down here you should be taking other stuff. Worm. Worm is actually kind of good. You won't see it used in customs, but you will see it used a lot in Turtle. I'm going to put it C. Yak makes me want to yak. I know that it gets early stats. Well, be honest, I had a pretty good run of not doing that. I'm going to put the yak in D tier. Acknowledging that it is good early tempo in some ways. But it's just not that good. It's just not that good. It's just not that good. Aardvark. Okay, we're on to tier 3. Aardvark is E tier. It's not F tier because summons... I was going to say summons are the meta right now. Summons, like, always kind of have been, to be honest. Other than that brief period where sniping and nurse... and then the nurse shark. Like, summons always play a prominent role, regardless of the pack you're on. Aardvark has a place. I think the baboon is good. I think it's B. It's, like, essential in the golden pack, and then it's just solid overall. Badger? Badger, 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 badger. Mushroom, mushroom. Badger is a B tier pet. I'm just looking up here. Are all of these B tier pets? I have a lot more in B tier than C tier. You know what? I can't rank it by, like, checking the other packs and being like, oh, I need to keep it even. It just is what it is, my brother. Bear? I'm going to put it in the Aardvark tier. It's not quite F. Because it does, like, it has some functionality that no one uses or cares about. But it's still functionality, man. So, like, and I'm just all about functionality. I'm a big functionality guy. Better Fish is good. I'm going to put it A tier. Better Fish wins you games in the middle. And you don't use it after that. It's like a pig. You don't use it after a certain round, but you bloody take it as soon as you see it every other round. Okay. This hurts my soul. The camel was always strong, and it doesn't tell you on the ability right here, but it's hurt and faint. So ever since they made that change where hurt pets also trigger on faint, the camel got even stronger, and it has to be S tier. And I don't like that I've done that, but I have to do it. I just have to. Capybara, I feel it received like a balance or a nerf. I forget exactly what it was before, but +2, +1. Cappy is still really good. I don't think it's as good as it once was, but it's B tier for me. And honestly, you can make a case that it should be A. But considering there are lots of good tier 3s, I think you have to balance it like that, and we're going to put it B tier. But you should take Cappy if you see it in most situations. Cassowary is really good in Star Pack. And by really good, I mean it's solid. It's really not that good. It's really not that good. I'm going to go E tier. Dodo, always strong. And you could actually, you could push for this being A tier. And now I'm in, I say that, and then I'm like, wait, but you're the guy who's rating it. Sure, I said, hey, huh, hey, no, I'll be you. I'm gonna go B, and that's just like my bias, man. Flashback to the start, being like unbiased. I just think there are other tier 3s I'd rather have in my team, and like I'm the authority in this video, so the dog is actually so good. I feel like the change to remember, obviously the old dog was so OP, buy sell, but now you're buy selling and it gets the in-battle stats. Like, I watched, you know, the Scooties thing, the Scooty tournament thing, which I look forward to, inshallah, God willing, getting an invite to next year. And Coddy was on talking, and like, this was before Coddy had won. I think he'd finished his round. Anyway, Coddy's talking and he's like, you just take dog, you let it build up stats, and then when you have a 2-3 dog on turn 7, you just get rid of it. So I guess by that logic, it fits into the logic of the pig and the better fish. Like, you take it, you get rid of it later. Dolphin is annoying to play against, but it's not that good. C tier. Eel. This was recently buffed or moved to tier 3, and that makes it a B tier pet. It probably should even go higher. Elephant is annoying to play against, and it is valuable, but it's not that great. C tier. Tamarin was once S tier. I just don't think it's worth it anymore unless the shop forces it to you. But it's not terrible, so let's go D tier. Flea is so strong and so annoying. You can counter it if the opposition has it by putting a turtle in front of your highest tier pet. But even then, like, they can make changes to their lineup and it can mess you up. Flea's just annoying. I can't go S tier, but the Flea is A tier in my humble opinion. Okay, Flying Fish. Flying Fish. I have been using this so much recently. It technically got nerfed from what it once was, but it's so good to combine with Eagle or Stork or Beluga or just combine it with bloody anything. Falcon, I made a video on that. I think the Flying Fish is underrated, but it still falls off late game a little bit, so let's go B tier. Flying Squirrel, like, okay, how do you rate this? Like, Flying Squirrel, you can only judge it based on if you're on a toy line, because without a toy line, it's F tier, but with a toy line, it's very helpful, so I think it's C. Giraffe is good, valuable, early scaling. I can't put it A tier, I'll put it B tier. Goldfish, aka the Pivot Enabler, the enabler of pivots, for me, settles into B tier. Guinea Fowl is really good depending on the pack, but overall, I think this is like a falls off pretty hard pet, but it's not bad. It's either C or D. I'm going to go D. Hatching Chick is A. Why? Just like the best turn 3 level up tempo of all time. Shout out to you, Flame96. Hatching Chick's just like rock solid, dude. Alright, let's keep rolling. Hoopoe Bird. This came in and everyone was like, "Blah!" And then everyone after a bit was like, "Ah." It's good, it's fun, it's valuable. I think, looking at it in the context of how many good tier 3s there are, it just has to be in C. And Haps, I know you're crying. I'm sorry, dude. I was going to say cry me a river, but I love Haps too much to say anything degrading or insulting to him. Leech Camel is the single best tier 3 level up you could get. But I just don't, It's just like, nah. Meerkat, Goldline. I can't put it F tier, but I'll put it A. And that's just the cold hard fact. Okay, Mole as it currently stands is really annoying and actually stealthily strong. But if you've committed Mole and I'm meeting you in the end game, like turn 13, 14 onwards, I'm winning 90% of the time. So I'll respect Mole all the way to B tier. Okay, this is going to hurt me, but the Muskox has to sit alongside the Camel as just a beast. Like, just a really powerful unit. If you level up on this and turn 3 on custom packs, like, congrats on your win. Okapi's really fun. When I was doing gold builds exclusively for a while, Okapi, like, would surprise you how strong it gets. But outside of that, it's not that good. You'd much prefer to see other if you level up and you see Okapi, you're probably like you're probably saying profanities. Not me though, because I've never sworn in my life. Osprey. Oh, I wanted to just do this so I could click on it. Okay, there we go. Osprey is a good, solid pet that, unless you're going a hard vulture line in golden pack, you're probably not going to get that much value out of it. But it's not bad. It's like I personally enjoy it, but I'm gonna put my damn bias to the side. Oh, I thought I pressed refresh. I was about to cry. Okay, Owl City. You would not believe your eyes when you buy an owl and get a free mouse. It has some lines with Jerboa, Buffalo in Puppy Pack. Overall, it's just not that good. I was mentally thinking about this one earlier today. About how to place the Ox. The Ox is like beast mode in Turtle Pack. If you're playing for tempo. I haven't seen a single... in fact, I've probably seen 2 or 3 in the custom arena, custom ranked. So I'm not going to put it A tier. I'm going to put it B tier. I just am, man. Like, some people might be upset at that. Screw it! Ox is C tier. It drops off so hard. It's not fun. Suck an egg, man. Pangolin exists to be peeled if you're on a toy line. I'd much rather many other tier 3s. Even in Puppy Pack, if I'm being honest. Porcupine is fun and annoying to play against, but I'd rather many other things. Wait! Yeah. D tier. Pug was S tier, got moved up to tier 3, and therefore I'll put it A tier, but believe me, if I was ranking within individual tiers, Pug would be like towards the top of A tier. And you could probably make a case it's still S tier. Puppy is a solid pet in any pack, in any situation. But it's not that good, B tier. Rabbit, you'd think it would be A tier, but it's B tier. Why? Because it's just not... Did you hear that note I just hit? Oh, I've got that in me. I'm sorry for your ears. I just found out that I've got a set of pipes on me. Wait, what was I rating? Rabbit. Ooh. No, I'm going to put it B tier. Outside of Turtle Pack, nah. You know? Just eh. Raccoon, I put this S tier last time. It is so fun, and it has a great place, and it is really annoying. But I'd say it's C tier. Like, it's not a bad pet. Royal Flycatcher gets stronger as summons get stronger. It's like on a parallel line. And I personally love it. I really like it as a pet, but I'm going to put my biases aside, and it falls D tier. Sheep is a good pet. Sheep's a really solid pet. Kind of has to be there. Starfish, I hate that I'm doing this. I feel disgusting. It has to be S tier. Starfish is just cracked. You get 2 of these by like turn 5. Just put anything else alongside it. Put a damn koala alongside it and you'll win. Okay. Surgeonfish is interesting, as we have a few more tier 3s left, and then we're on to tier 4. Surgeonfish can actually be kind of stealthy strong early game, but then you're moving off it really quick, so it's E tier. Toad, providing weakness. I'm gonna say B tier, but you could really make a case that this is A. In fact, I'll make the case for you. Toad is an A. Just combine it with any kind of sniping, or who cares? Like, even summons, and Toad will win you rounds. I think the tropical fish is solid. A nice solid amount of health. But it's not really that good or bad. It's like, in fact, the tropical fish is the very definition of C tier for me. Wasp. It's so bad, man. You know why it's F tier? Even though you'd be like, oh, but Lollipop and meh. I'd rather every single other tier 3 than Wasp. So by that logic, it sort of has to be an F. Weasel, it's just like a swan, but better base stats than a tier later. Therefore, I'm It's good in the golden pack. But I'm going to put it a tier below the Swan. I mean, like, maybe they should be swapped around, but the Swan has history on its side. The last tier 3, Woodpecker. Time of recording, 49 minutes! Bro, my God. Okay. Woodpecker is fun, and it's solid, and it's C tier. Anteater. We're on tier 4. Okay, I'm going to use this moment to pause, go to the toilet, and then we're going to get stuck into what is essentially the second half, which hopefully I'll do faster. Alright, I'll see you in a second. I'm back, I'm locked, I'm loaded, I'm so ready to speed round. Let's dance. Anteater is a pet that has value with a variety of builds. I think it's better than average, but we are looking at tier 4. So it kind of has to be C. It's mid, as the kids would say. Bison and I have a long history of disliking each other, and like I've lived, I've grown up, I've matured, and my feelings just haven't changed at all. F. Blobfish got moved up a tier, but you know the funny thing? You still take it every time you see it. So similar to the pug, I won't put it S tier because it got moved up a tier. However, it still falls A. Blowfish is a solid and annoying pet that I'm going to put B tier. It's just solid, like it's even though it got moved up to tier 4, it's still strong. It's still really good. Buffalo, buy, sell, they changed it. You can still win with it. I'm going to say it's C tier. I don't think it's bad. Okay, Caterpillar got changed. It used to copy your highest stat friend. Now it copies your enemy's highest stat unit. I think it's functional. I actually put it S tier last time. I'm going to save my bias, and I'm going to put it D. Chameleon got nerfed recently. It used to be crazy strong. Now you just kind of don't take it. So considering, oh, you know what? I'll put it D tier. But you could make a case that it's E. Clownfish got moved up. You know what's funny is that, like, you just don't see them anymore. It's crazy how moving it from tier 3 to 4 sort of changed things, and I think it's because you're moving from mid-game to late game, and, like, often it's just not worth the investment. So I can't believe it, but Clownfish, you know, I'll put it C tier. Let's be honest, it's not bad. Crow is just really good. Every time you level up into a crow, you feel good, and I'll put it A tier. Can't quite put it S tier, but I should have clicked on the ability. There you go. Can you even read that on your screen or TV? I hope you can. Okay, we're back on the ink. Feel good ink. Cuttlefish. Give the last enemy ink. Great base stats, in my opinion, 8-4. Chuck it at the front. Usually gets the job done. Gives the last enemy ink. C tier. Based on the fact that there are just better tier 4s. The deer is good. Undeniably, I'll put it B tier. You could make a case it's A. Like, it's really strong. If you want to live a little, go do this. Go to custom packs. Buy a deer with a chocolate cake. Put it at the front. Enjoy winning every mid-game battle. Doberman is so weird nowadays. And I struggle to say it's bad. But it's not good. So it's D. Donkey. I made a video on the donkey recently. It's sort of viewed as a meme pet. I'll show you meme pet. Donkey's S tier. Oh, I said I wouldn't be biased. What do I do? What do I do? It's really more of like a B or a C. Some people would even say it's D. Screw all of you, man! Donkey's S. Why? I hear you asking. How's your shark at the back going? Haha, it's at the front. Nice turkey at the back. Whoa! You know? Dragonfly is just a B tier pet. It's just solid scaling. You're happy to have it on your team. You don't build your team around it, usually. Egyptian Vulture I'd love to put higher. This is like a pure... this Egyptian Vulture makes you enjoy the game. It also makes you probably lose the run you're on. So it's E tier. Falcon. Falcon is actually kind of cracked. I'm going to go A tier. Maybe that's because I've been using it a lot the last week. And maybe I'll look back on this and be like, I put the Falcon in the F tier? Yeah, I did. And I won't apologize for my turn tonight. Gario's good. It got weakened passively by the Chameleon nerf. The Chameleon got nerfed, therefore the Gario got weaker. I'll put it C tier. It's not a bad pet. Hawk can win you rounds. And that targeted snipe is really good in like lobbies or 1v1s. But I think it's just C tier. It's not that cracked. Hippo is a powerful unit that is wildly overrated. Put it this way. Hippo's good if your opponent doesn't know it's coming or you're versing bad players. Hippo is not good in one-on-ones or if you're versing competent people. In my opinion. Okay, Jerboa is strong if you're on an Apple line. If you're not, it can get in the bin. C tier, man. Llama is good stats. Llama also makes you commit to a 4-man team, and then later usually try and bring in a 5th pet once you've got a permanent scaler. But it's just meh. So it's D. There we go. Lobster is really good. Puppy pack players know what I'm talking about. In fact, I'm actually going to put it A. Lobster's really, really good. When you're finding that mid to late game line, Lobster is what you need. You know what else you need? A Lynx. And I'd love to put it S tier, but when you've got the likes of the Donkey taking up the space, you've got to put it A. Lynx is so cracked, we all know it. Manatee, banana, functional, solid, not that bad, not that good. Let's go C. Manta Ray is fun. I think Manta Ray, like, people who've played the game a lot probably, like, look at the Manta Ray as a fun pet. And you want to know psychologically why that is. It's because, like, playing the pure analytical way the whole time is mentally and spiritually taxing. And that might ruffle some feathers, but I'll continue to ruffle. The reason that the Manta Ray appeals to many people is because it offers an escape from the mundane. It offers a ticket to something that you haven't been doing. And that actually speaks to your soul. That aligns your chakras. And for that reason, it's probably E tier. Microbe. I feel like you just have to put it C tier. If you're on a line where you've got turtles and octopus and summons and everything, like, yeah, Microbe kicks butt, but it's still C tier. Like, it sort of limits your upside, if you know what I'm saying. Orangutan is C tier. I like that it no longer gives, because it's friendly pet, so, like, there was that stealth change. GroundedSat mentioned it at the time, where Orangutan used to buff itself if it itself was the lowest health pet on your team. Now it doesn't buff itself, so it's probably about there. I think the parrot, like, somehow gets forgotten about as just how extremely good it is. So I'm going to put it A tier, man. I'm going to put some respect on the damn parrot's name. Hey, you've got a, I'm just going to randomly put my mouse on something. Yeah. Where is my mouse? You've got a stilt. You've now got another one, my brother. You've got a beetle. Now you've got another one, my brother. Parrot's good. Pelican on a strawberry line is solid, but it's not that inspiring. It's not that. I'd put it D tier. Penguin is not what it... That little old penguin ain't what it used to be. Ain't what it used to be. Ain't what it used to be. It doesn't inspire you. A turtle pack, it would be rated higher. But it's C tier for this. You take a penguin if you need scaling. You don't become attached to it. Simple. Platypus. You know, I'd love to put Australian pets high, but I think, you know what I think I'm actually doing here? If you look at the koala and the kangaroo, other than the wombat, I think the Australian pets I'm actually being more critical of, so people can't call me biased. You know what I mean? But the platypus just like, it's good for starfish, and it's technically it's a cost neutral pet because you buy it, you sell, you sell, you sell. Because it spits out a duck and a beaver, and it's cost neutral. It works for buy sell. It's trash outside of that, so let's go D tier. Poison dart frog, or PDF as you call SAG and Grounded. As you hear SAG and Grounded call it, I should say. PDF, I think, is actually underrated since this new thing. The fact that it targets the highest health enemy means that you can pop a melon, or if you're combining this with Toad, you can give it weakness. That said, it's not that good. But it's sort of like a mini snake, and the snake is good. I'll put this C tier. Mantis is cracked if you're on a faint line. I'm actually going to put it A tier, I think. I'm actually going to put it A tier. The Mantis is really good for faint lines. The Saiga Antelope has some functionality in Golden Pack. I think it's better than people realize there. I also think it's kind of doodle, baby, and it's going E. Seagull. Oh, God, this is a tough one. Seagull allows you to open up many different lines that you probably shouldn't be on, so let's go D tier. Sea lion, I hear some people say it's like underrated, and in Golden Pack it's a must take. I hear other people say it's overrated. I think I'll just put it, it's easy scaling, but it's actually not that good scaling, so I'll go C. Secretary Bird is so strong. Have you watched the Grounded Sap video from the last 6 months? Although he stopped using it, to be fair. Oh, I feel like it should be A tier. I guess if that's how you feel, you just put it A tier. The Secretary Bird's really good. Skunk. Does anybody watch WWE? Their intro is like then, and it shows like things from the past. Now, and then it shows things from like things that are happening now. Forever. The skunk, then, now, and forever is an S tier unit. Until they nerf it, it is rare to find a pet that you could you could buy a pet, you could buy a base stats skunk on turn 18. And it might change a game for you. There aren't many other pets doing that, other than the donkey. Slug is a pretty valuable pet. I'm going to put it C tier, but you could make a case for B or A. And I'd respect you for it. Squirrel, opening up that food line. I think as other more functional tier 4 pets have come in, and I'm talking outside of Turtle Pack, the squirrel lost value, so I'll put it D. The tar is good, and you're not unhappy when you get a tar, but you're not ecstatic. You're not like, whoa! Great commentary, right? Oh my god, we're actually kind of close. Turtle is an A tier pet. If you're in a pack where there's no melon later, then turtle is S tier. But because you can get melon later, turtle is A tier. We all love the turtle. We all respect the turtle. We should all have it A tier. Vaquita, you just shouldn't take it. I mean, I know that, like, maybe it's harsh. I'm going to put it A tier. Because you're taking this only if you're on a trumpet line, and until you get your Nyala or Harlan Cow levels, Vaquita can win you some rounds. Okay, whale is so interesting. It's been around for forever. People moved away from it. But based on me watching my friend Proy and also Wombat's perspective, aka Pied Butcherbird, whose opinion I rate very highly, and I've seen videos with Grounded Sap using it recently. Flame used it to great effect on one of my Twitch viewer lobbies. I think the whale, I can't put it B tier. I'm going to put it C tier. But you could make a case for B or A, and I'd listen to you. I'd bloody listen. Whale shark. Mirko is trying to indirectly convince me that the whale shark is the greatest pet in the game. I just don't see it. D. Alpaca. One of my previously really bad takes was where I placed the alpaca. And it has now been nerfed, but you still take it. Dude, honestly, I'm going to put it B tier. But I remember a great line from Sag. We were doing one of our Super Auto Pets draft videos, and Grounded and Haps and Flame and me were talking blah, blah, blah. Someone mentioned the alpaca nerf. And then Sag was like, oh, you don't like it? You know, referencing the fact that it only gives 1 experience now instead of 2. He was like, just buy 2 instead of 1. And that's facts. Armadillo, you're going to be like, yeah, but you can combine the armadillo with the scorpion. E. Armadillo. What? I mean, axolotl. I've got notifications on my phone. This isn't the time or the place. We're moving on. Axolotl is fun. And I'm going to put it... I'm actually going to place it right next to the toucan. Actually, I'm not because it's E tier. So I can't. Beluga whale. I might stun some people with this. I'm pretty tempted to put it in the damn S tier, if I'm being honest with you. I'm really quite tempted, but I'm going to put it A tier. Beluga is so strong. Get a flying fish in your life. Get a chocolate cake in your life. Enjoy your 10 wins. Octopus is something that you take every time you see it, but you don't build a team around it, therefore it's B tier. Chicken, it's fun, it's memey, it's all the things you normally want in SAP, all the way to D tier. Cockatoo, I feel the same way about. Cow, it needs to go next to the octopus, doesn't it? B. Crane, depending on the pack, can like be the strongest pet in the pack. I feel like it's better than C tier. I'm going to put it B tier. Croc is really fun. It's not that useful in like 1v1s, but in general, it's a useful pet. I'm going to put it C tier, and like in my heart, croc lovers, just hear me out. In my heart, the croc is S tier. But in my brain, C tier. Eagle is absolutely cracked. It's like, it's right there with the stork, but it's slightly below, so it falls into A category. Emu. You know, maybe I'm secretly anti-Australian. Emu is fun. You can do some things with it. It's not that good. Honestly, the fire ant, like, I feel similarly about the fire ant. We've all done those builds where you have fire ant at the front, then you have roosters behind, and me. It's good. It's E tier. The fox might stealthily be better than what we give it credit for. It received a buff recently. But I think like D tier is probably as good as you're going to get. If you're on a food line, it'll help you. It's kind of annoying to use. People don't talk about that enough. The fox is just kind of annoying to use. Goat. Buy, sell, really, really functional, solid pet. I'm going to put it B tier. It's just a good pet. Hamster, like, you probably should put it next to this. If you're on a gold line, it's good. I don't think it's as good as the goat. I think if you had a choice between the two, you take the goat. So therefore, C tier. Hyena. God, where do you put this one? You could put this one anywhere from S to F. So you'd think logically you'd put it C, but actually you put it D. Because it's just not that good. Lion, who was it recently that was trying to say lion is like the secret ticket to winning? Hell nah. E. Just don't take the lion. Unless you're like on insane tempo and you're trying to win soon. If not, I just wouldn't. I just, there's too many good tiers 5s and 6s to get in your team. Macaque is really fun. I feel like it's just C tier, like, which I didn't plan this, but it's there with the orangutan, the best of friends, and they're happy to be together. Monkey, I feel similarly to the monkey as I do the skunk. Monkey is an S tier pet. You take it, you win. Or you get it early, you win. Moose was previously a lot higher. I think it's kind of arse now. Now, the one saving grace, depending on the pack, like a weekly or whatever, is if you have Donut and Lollipop, and then you can kind of work around it. I still think, like, almost any other line is a better line. E tier. That's harsh. Let's go D tier. Mosasaurus on a toy line. Pretty good. But even in puppy pack, like, you take a Mosasaurus and you have your flying squirrel or whatever, you're still better off moving to, like, Pug or T-Rex, right? Look at me talking like I'm a puppy pack authority. Fake it till you make it, right? Nurse Shark. Longtime viewers of my channel know my history with the Nurse Shark. For those of you who don't, I'm going to pause for suspense here. When the Nurse Shark was the meta, we all remember the Highland Cow Nurse Shark on every single run you ever played of this game. I didn't take it once. And then they nerfed it, and it just completely disappeared. And then I fell in love with it, because then I was using it, and it didn't feel cheap, and it just inherently, it's a really fun pet. And it still is really good. I'm going to go B tier good. I feel fine. I feel good about that. Nyala is cracked. It's A tier. I'd put it right in that mix of like the Eagle, in that your team just instantly gets quite like significantly stronger by taking it. And then if you level it up, you're off to the moon, my brother. The Panther is good. I think it's pretty damn good in the puppy pack, and it's pretty meh in customs. And you'd think you'd put it B tier, but you actually put it C. Because you can just go other directions. Although, within the context of its own pack, it's kind of good. I'll go B tier. I'll respect it to B tier, that's probably fair. Polar Bear is probably better than people give it credit for. And I'm going to put it C tier. It's actually pretty damn strong. Poodle is a good pet. Oh, where do I want to put the Poodle, man? I'll click on it so you can see the ability there if you're not familiar. The Poodle, it's like the safest of scaling that doesn't move the needle that much. I think C is fine. It's not, you can't put Poodle below C. But I'm going to struggle to put it into B. When I look at these options, I'm like, I'd rather have all of those. Well, you know, relative to the tier that you get them. Rhino was S tier in all of our hearts, even when it wasn't good. But now, because even if it gets a knockout when it's hurt, it still triggers. It's now stronger. Really good in customs when the other team's running summons in like custom ranked. Honestly, I'm still going to put it C. And that's probably harsh, but it was like E or D tier at best before. I think now it's become a D tier pet. Also, long-time viewers, are you impressed that I've managed to be so, like, not biased? I bloody hope so. This is rare, man. Must be something wrong with me. Okay, Rooster. Always been one of my favorite pets. It was probably top 3. Then it got moved up to tier 5, and it just felt significantly harder to take, especially because tier 4 is relatively underwhelming for the most part, and then Rooster, like, would pop off. It's still good. It's still really good. I'm going to put it B. Like, I'd put it right there with the Panther. Scorpion is A tier. You notice a lot of these A tier pets are like pets that you can just buy and instantly they might change a match for you. Scorpion, like, you could argue it's S tier, but I can't get there. Oh, no. Pour one out for Flame 96. What was once one of the best pets in the game is now relatively obsolete. I'm going to put an E tier. Flame, and I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Shark. This might surprise you. Not C, not B, but S. Shark is so incredibly cracked. It's just really good, man. It's just really, really damn good in the turtle pack, in the custom pack. It is just about a must-take pack. Many people set up their teams purely for Shark. It's so common, and like for that reason, you'd think it probably has to be S tier. Shoebill is a really solid scaler on a strawberry line. Outside of that, it's useless. C tier. Husky, I went through a stage where I was like, I'm underusing the Husky. And then I was like, actually, no, I'm just not using it. It's D tier. It's solid. It's safe. It is what it is. Silver Fox. I kind of think this should be higher than C. I just feel like the Silver Fox should be higher than C. Because if you scale that thing, it's just such a delight. But then outside of gold build, it's not really worth to scale it. I'm still going to put it B. I'm going to respect it to that level. Snapping Turtle is fun and annoying to play against, but it's really not that good. D. Stingray. Tough one. I think this is a B tier pet. Stinky Sock is really strong. You know, it's actually A tier in my opinion. Stinky Sock is just really strong. And like, if you level it up and you get your flashlight, that's also really valuable. So, you're my brother, welcome to A tier. Okay. By the way, remember, we're finishing at Wolverine. So, there's not as long to go as one would assume. Stonefish is a really solid pet that can change a game, but you shouldn't build your pack around it. C tier. I feel similarly about the Swordfish. Like, it can turn games, but if your team's a Swordfish team, you're probably not the strongest team. If that makes sense. But it is a really good pet. But so therefore, you factor in those two things, and you end up at the C tier. Triceratops is fun and can be really functional. I think I would have rated it higher in the past, but now I'll put it D tier. Turkey. Recently, very recently in fact. Dude, Grounded Sap is so fast, man. He's put in like, this only changed like a week or a week and a half ago, I feel like. Maybe 2 weeks. Either way, he's on it. It used to be 2 attack, 3 health. Now it's 3 attack, 2 health. Feels like a trivial amount to me. I don't think it's nerfed it at all. And the Turkey's an A tier pet. The fact that it gives stats to friends summoned in battle or in the shop is crazy. Vulture, my friends. I struggle to put it any lower than B. I would put it A tier, but I just think there's... So, with Vulture, you need summon pets alongside it. But if that's the line you're going, a Shark or a Spino is better. You know? So, therefore, Vulture B, I think. I mean, Vulture, it's not your fault. Wolf is solid. Wolf is actually, like, kind of cracked, if I'm being honest. And we have to be careful, because now we're approaching the tier 6s. So you can't just put everything high tier. But I think Wolf is better than C. I'm going to put it B. Zebra buy sell is good, but I don't think it's as good as you initially thought. Like, essentially, it's 2 gold for 4/4 worth of stats, which is good, but at the stage of the game that you're probably doing it, unless you're on a buy sell line, that's 2 gold you could have spent looking for level ups, and you probably have scaling that offsets it anyway. So C is about right. Anglerfish, great for memeing. I don't actually think it's that strong. But it's not bad, so let's go D. Bird of Paradise. It's the king of the gold build. So it has to be there. I can't put it S because it doesn't work with all pets. But it's the king of the gold build and it can find its way to A tier. The boar is wildly fun. Shout out to Proy for his whale boar strat. Flame also recently had a boar video. The boar is fun. The boar is alpha. It's really fun when you're running eagle and it spits out a level 3 boar. But relative to the other pets, it's D tier. The cat was a former love of mine in a platonic sense. I need to think about this one. It's kind of hard, man. It's obviously been nerfed. I think I'm going to put it B tier. And that shows you how maturely I'm approaching this. Because in the past, I would have said that. I would have told you to go F yourself or something. But me, I'm not doing that right now. Catfish, really fun. Really not that good. A tier. I mean, in certain packs, like in a certain type of weekly pack, the catfish probably has more value than I'm giving credit for. But I'm looking at this holistically, man. Get off my case. 264 pets. You're gonna complain about the catfish? There's 264 pets, and you are gonna complain about the catfish? Makes me sick, dude. Cobra is objectively just good. B tier. Takes a while to build up, but it pops when it does. The dragon always has been then, now, forever. A tier. Always. Dragon's just damn good. Any pack. Elephant seal is also really good. And it's better than C, but I'm going to put it B. I mean, in puppy pack, it pops the hell off. I think it's even really valuable in custom packs, but it requires a lot of commitment, therefore B. Fly is like the real value of fly, in my opinion, if you don't have a turkey, obviously, is just to go out and pop melon, mess stuff up. I'd put it B tier. It's a B tier pet, in my humble opinion. The German Shepherd, this might get me in trouble, but I'm putting it C tier. And you know what? I'm putting the Gorilla C tier as well. These two pets, German Shepherd has been nerfed. And on a certain, summon line, it's still absolutely cracked. It's still stupidly cracked. But the commitment it takes to get there compared to certain other tier 6s, in my opinion, has it at a C. Same as the gorilla. We all love it. We all respect it. We all know a big gorilla is a scary gorilla, but meh. Grizzly is really strong, but okay, I'm going to put it C as well. And really it comes back to the fact that if I'm going summons, I'd prefer to have something else at the back. Grizzly, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Hammerhead is kind of fun and funny, and it's D. It's not terrible, but you'd rather... If you level up and you see Hammerhead Shark, and you smile, you make me sick, honestly. Highland Cow got nerfed. It's still good, but I don't think it's... it's still okay. I think it has to be C tier, if I'm being honest. Holy smokes! We're going to be finished soon. 1 minute, 23 hours of recording. What a journey it's been. Komodo Dragon. You kind of think you should put it... You kind of think you should put it F tier. But, I've been in situations where I've been playing viewer lobbies and there's no scaling in the pack and Komodo's there and you're like, hell yeah, brother. At least, even if it's trash, at least it's guaranteed easy scaling. Leopard. Then. Now. Forever. Da, 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 da. It's just S tier, man. Like, you can't argue with the leopard being here. You just can't. As I can't believe some of the units in here, but they all are undoubtedly S tier, objectively, unbiasedly. If you disagree with it, you just hate Super Auto Pets, I guess. Lioness is a really good pet. I think I'm going to put it B tier because if you're not straight up looking for it and you level into it on turn 9, you take it in your team, but you're like, oh god, I wish I got a leopard. And that's just a fact. Lionfish recently nerfed. It's still, they nerfed it and it's like, oh hey, it still kicks butt. It's still really good. Like, it's A tier in my opinion. Mammoth is a good pet. Where do you put a mammoth? It is really good. I feel like it can't be in C tier. I'm going to put it B. I'm going to respect it all the way to a B. Can you believe that I've talked about all of the pets on screen? I'm impressed at my own performance. Mantis Shrimp, outside of Puppy Pack, you don't see it much. But it's kind of valuable to like be able to pop whatever's at the front. Like pop melon at the front is what I don't know why I didn't just say that in the first place. So Mantis Shrimp is probably C tier for me. It's a targeted snipe similar to the Hawk. It's basically just a slightly better Hawk. I put the Hawk. Where did I put the Hawk? There. They're both C tier. That makes sense. I'm going to put Mongoose on... I'm going to put it right next to the Stingray. Because they're both just like really good, potentially round-changing pets. Speaking of really good pets, Octopus, A tier. I can't quite put it S, but... because it doesn't do as much damage as it once did, but... it used to do more damage, right? Am I remembering that correctly? It now does 6 damage. 1, 2, or 3 times, depending on the level. It's a good pet. Orca on summon lines is really good. But I'm just going to put it C tier because theoretically, if you're on a summon line, you already have like Stork and Eagle earlier. And the Orca, C might be harsh, but I'm going to do it. Ostrich is like the easiest single solo scaling of all time. But I think you're probably headed a different direction. And if you take an Ostrich, it's a desperation play. It probably should be higher than that, but I'm too lazy to change it now. Oyster, every time you see it, you buy it and you sell it. I mean, honestly, like, it's the only pet that can make you buy, sell every single time you see it. Even a cow you'd think about. But I'm going to keep it A tier because, like, it doesn't actually end up on your team. I don't know. Maybe I'm having, like, inconsistent logic, but I don't care. The Piranha, why the hell did they change it to it not be hurt and faint? What about the Piranha necessitated a nerf? So based on that, it's E tier, but really, that's not your fault, Piranha. Pteranodon. I haven't used it once since the nerf. I just saw it was nerfed and was like, well, out of my pack. But I have seen Sag and I have seen Wombat use it to... and actually Grandisap use it to good effect. So, like, it still has a place. But I feel like compared to the other tier 6s, it's sort of like a meme place. But this is one prediction or one placement that could age like milk. We could look back on this and realize what a damn fool I am. Where are we? Puma. If you're on a toy line, Puma's great, but it is reliant on a toy line. So because it's more a reliant aspect, I'll put it one level below the Stingray Mongoose. Reindeer is like, I think, actually a stealthy good pet. It's like, it's actually kind of really good. But I think I put it C because they're just better tier 6s. Like the damn Sabertooth. This, similar to the camel, because it's hurt and faint now, Sabretooth is cracked out of its damn mind. Stupidly cracked. Sabretooth, you see a Sabretooth on the other team, and your heart rate elevates, and you're sort of like, well, we're taking a fat L here, gentlemen. Sauropod is a solid pet if you're on a food line, but it's not that good. That might be harsh, I don't care. Snake. Snake, I'd almost put S tier, but I think it just is A. And that might be a missed call by, like a bad call by me, but I don't care. Spinosaurus is also an A pet. Spino is so damn strong. Like stupidly strong. But I'm not prepared to put an S. Stego. You can call me crazy for this. I'm just gonna put an S tier. Like I'm tossing up between A and S, but the reason I put Stego S tier is because it's just mind-numbingly excellent stats. But I've changed my mind. I'm putting it A tier. If you have a pug on your team and you level up into Stego, the Stego becomes S tier. But without it, it takes a little bit of build up. It's solid, but it's not permanent scaling. It means you have to have a unit on your team that doesn't have a food perk. So actually, we've changed our mind to A. Taper is a solid pet that opens up a lot of avenues. And I'd have it above a sauropod or an ostrich, but I wouldn't have it on the same level as a mammoth or a puma or a lioness or an elephant seal, therefore it's C! Tiger. Tiger... Here's the thing. The tiger is purely reliant on everything around it. But it makes everything around it so much better. Like, most of the pets you're looking at here, the tiger enhances. Yep. You get not the oyster. You get my idea though? Put some respect on its name, my brother. T-Rex copped a nerf recently. I feel like it has to be B tier still. It's mindless scaling that actually goes kind of hard, and oh my god, we have 6 left. Velociraptor, really good on a strawberry line in Star Pack. Outside of that, kind of eh. Walrus is a good pet. Walrus, in my opinion, is like heavily overused in many people's packs, depending on what they're playing. And I think it's C tier. I'm not saying it's bad, I just think it's overused. Warthog, we're all biased towards the Warthog because its effect is so cool. It's just like a raw power move. But outside of like maybe old Pteranodon or... Like, old Pteranodon and pilling a Warthog was nuts. Inside of a Beluga, it's kind of good. But actually, I think it's just D tier. And that hurts me to say because I'm a believer of the fact that it's like a wildly fun pet. White Tiger. Maybe I'm sleeping on this. But I'm going to put an E. It's not used anymore. It obviously has a place, but like between alpacas and crows, like you can get the levels you need and not have to use one of your slots to get a white tiger to give those levels. Wildebeest is probably stronger than people give it credit for, but I'm putting it E. And Wolverine, I've had so much fun with, and I've loved every second of using it, but it's not that good for tier 6, and it's D. And just like that, we finished the tier list. Wow! The video will be slightly longer, but I've been recording for 1 hour and 34 minutes. Crazy, man. So we end up with, let's just review. I'm not going to go through all 264 pets, but I will focus in on our S tier. Should I zoom in a little bit? No, you can see it like that. I'm I'm hoping. Here's hoping. Kiwi, stork, wombat, camel, muskox, starfish, donkey, skunk, monkey, shark, leopard, saber-tooth, tiger. Those pets will win you games in conjunction with pets that enhance them. We end up with... I wonder how the distribution went. Then there's obviously less tier A's. Oh, sorry, there's obviously a lot more tier A's. Then there's more tier B's. Then there's the most tier C's. Then there's slightly less tier D's than that. Slightly less. So really, like, my triangle theory has sort of held true, which, like... Ah! I don't even know if you saw that. I think I pressed inspect element or whatever it's called. Anyway, the tier list is done. I look forward to hearing all of you tell me how wrong I am down below. But I won't apologize, man. No, seriously though, like anything that you strongly agree with or disagree with, I'd love to hear it. I'm kind of like mentally fried after doing that, but I'm glad I did it. And I have nothing more to say other than go out there and use Wombat and Donkey in your next packs. Thank you, people. Goodbye.